Given the choice to be a hero or a villain, most people would think the obvious answer is to be a hero, but little do they know that would be the wrong answer and the worst choice they'll ever make in their lives. As kids, we all wanted to be a hero, but as we grew up, we realized the heroes we admire had the worst lives and were living worse than most of the villains that they fought. And we slowly realized that some of these villains, despite how they enacted their plans, had some pretty solid logic behind their actions. And we're talking about horrible hero lives. Who better to start off with other than Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man? Part of the video contains spoilers for this movie Spider-Man Brand New Day. If you have not seen it and you don't want to hear the spoilers, skip to this timestamp in the video. Spider-Man. We all know him and we all love him, and at one point in our lives, we all wanted to be Spider-Man. But within the releases of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and with the addition of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it really showed us that these niggas going through it. Across the Spider-Verse showed us it's a universal law that to be Spider-Man, you have to be going through enough emotional and physical trauma to land you into a psych ward. And God forbid you want to remain some type of sanity, because they'll look at you like you just threatened Aunt May. Like the way Miguel treated Miles and chased him around, you would think Miles was the reason Miguel's family was put on that tombstone. And don't even get me started on Peter, especially Tom Spider-Man. Not only did he get turned into the Amazing Spider-Man in the recent movie, he got clipped by his teammate at the end. But for real, the way the writers and the fans do Spider-Man is the greatest. I'd be looking at Peter like, it's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. You probably could have had MJ too, but fuck it, it's your life. And it only get worse for the Spider-Man, but I'm not finna dive that deep into the depression for niggas to call me alert for not reading the comics. But switching from Marvel, we take a trip to Gotham City, where crime is everywhere and the home to the Dark Knight, aka Batman. And when you look where most of Batman's trauma and depression comes from, most of it points back to one person, the Joker. Just to prove my point, I'm gonna play y'all a video of the Joker talking about Batman's family getting straight torched.
Oh, no. Niggas playing hard, but he really so sick. Prosper got shot. Tate got shot. Desi got dropped. Damn. Nate got popped. Damn. Leaky got shot. What damn? Spaz face hot. On gang. Corbin got kidnapped. They found his bones. He was right. What is Corbin?
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed a whole different level of straight menace that only the Joker has the capacity for. Joker isn't the only person that ruins Batman's life constantly. We have Bane, who took Batman and blew his back out.
What did he say?
No, like I meant literally, he literally took him and broke his entire spinal cord by bending him over his knee.
You weird, buddy. You're weird.
Then you got Scarecrow got Batman tripping straight balls, breathing that fear toxin almost every week. So being a hero in Marvel sucks, and being a hero in the DC universe also sucks. So how about we switch it up and go to a whole different multiverse? That's right, we're talking about Mark Grayson, and despite what he's named himself, he is nowhere near it. Now, most videos you'll probably see on the internet talking about Mark is about how he's a fraud and he can't win a single fight by himself. But really think about it. He got thrown into the superhero business and found out his dad was a traitor alien here to conquer Earth, and he gets beaten half to death by said father. And the same dad that left after almost putting his son on a t-shirt calls him to space to help defend his new wife and child. And when Mark reluctantly agrees to help his dad, he gets absolutely dog-walked by the same aliens that wanted his dad to conquer Earth, and they tell him he has to finish the job. And when he gets back to Earth, he has to fight multiple versions of himself because of a mentally unstable Blackie who's fighting his inner demons. And that's not even to mention the two freak balls from the alien planet. So with that in mind, bro, I don't think Mark's a fraud. He just has the hardest life in his universe. And while we're slandering him, we need to slander this little nigga Oliver more. But that's for another day. And that might be the end of the video, because off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else that I should include right now. Cyberpunk Edgerunners, the only anime that will kill all the fan favorites and just replace them in the next season. Now pause, because I know some of you might be saying, I thought this video was about heroes. And to that, I say you're right. But this is my channel, so I will talk about whatever I want to talk about. With that in mind, I'm going to talk about David's life in Cyberpunk Edgerunners and how shitty that was. Now, unlike the other characters I talk about who had somewhat decent lives before they became a superhero, David's life just started off bad. When we're introduced to David, we can clearly see that they're poor. Like, they're barely getting by in the school that David goes to. They're barely making enough cash for, and nobody in there even accepts them or David in that matter because they're poor. Now, it starts getting progressively worse for David when his mom dies in that shootout / car accident. And when he finds a new group / family to join, his mentor dies. His new friend just bites the curb, and then he dies and paints the sidewalk red with his blood.
But there's a reason that why all heroes suffer the way that they do every day.
And that reason is to teach us, the viewer, no matter how bad your day gets and how hard you're getting beat on, you can always get back up and try to do good. But is that a valid reason to become a superhero if you were given a choice? I don't think so.
But put in the comments down below of more characters that went through some stuff, and maybe I'll put them in the part 2 if y'all really want that.